Hi everybody, it's Lyn from Lyn's Crafts. I just wanted to come by real quick and show. These are just some beads that I've been working on, and they're all made with polymer clay, obviously, and embossing powders. So I took one of each of them out, just to give you a quick little look. These look like frosted marbles to me. I love the green ones. Black ones. These will probably be glazed, the black ones. I'm thinking about maybe leaving the green ones like they are. I'm not sure. Sorry about the glare. These have that the antiquities, the Ranger antiquities in the Christmas tree. That's what I used on this. I did red straps of clay on the transparent and then used that green Christmas tree embossing powder. And then when you roll it up and make the beads, that's what you get. This one is the transparent clay with the a little bit of pearl clay and it's the one that's the snowflake. Oh, it's the embossing tinsels in the snowflake. That's what this one is. So, the reason I came by to show these is because, hold on to your hat, let me clear this away. Okay, now keep in mind I had just baked the black beads, and usually when I cure polymer clay, I start in a cold oven. And should I have thought about that first? Yes. Because after these, I did the exact same technique where I have a tutorial, the rolled inclusion beads, and you start out with a thin as you can get it, piece of transparent clay, and then you can sprinkle little bits of clay, or in this instance, I cut super thin strips and laid them down the length of the transparent clay, and then just sprinkled the embossing powder up on it before rolling up the beads. So I started with transparent, a pretty bright yellow clay, and I think the enchanted Ranger embossing powder, the enchanted gold, with the little bit of the, again, the snowflake tinsel, because I wanted a little bit of white. So just to show you that not everything always goes according to plan. I had a little bit of an issue. I guess my oven must have spiked. I already am baking these at 25 degrees lower than it calls for, because the transparent calls for, I believe, 275. As I'm trying to read. It always has before. Let's do it on the other side. Sure it does, Lyn. Yeah, 275. Says it right there. So I'm already baking them at 250. My oven was already hot. That could be a factor. Or the oven spiked. Because, I mean, that sucker's burned. It's either that or my layer of polyfill at the bottom has gotten thin. And they're touching the bottom of the Pyrex pan. Because, of course, I tint foil over the top. They have a layer of wax paper over the top, so they're protected from the direct heat as much as I can. So, I'm thinking I might can save some of them. I already sanded this one. Because, as you can see, literally the embossing powder was boiling out of them. And when you only are baking them at 250, your heat gun gets hotter than that, trust me. Most of them go up to about 300 degrees. So, and I do have a baking thermometer in my oven. So this one is at least usable. We can just pretend it's supposed to look like agate or something. I don't even know. This is going to be the questionable one, this black one right here. Whether, I mean, it's even got a flat spot on the bottom. So whether I can round that off and at least sand it while to where it's smooth. It almost has a cat's eye look there on the top, but this one turned out really pretty. I like the color of it, but sure isn't yellow. So I'm thinking that we may have a fail. This one is close to what it should look like. The transparent has turned a little bit dark. So, and of course I've read all kinds of things about baking your beads in a bed of cornstarch. It's supposed to protect the transparent clay a little bit more. Then I've heard other people talk about that after time it makes the beads start to get a little flaky on the outside surface. So I don't know what that's about. If the cornstarch maybe leaches some of the plasticizer out of the clay or something. Like, that bead is pretty. I like it, but boy, it didn't turn out like it was supposed to, did it? So I will sand these up and come back and give you an update. I don't even know what to say. Except I could have cried. I guarantee you when I opened that oven, I could have cried. I was in a bit of shock. So, black ones, green ones. Before these were baked, they almost looked like Christmas candy. They were so pretty. So these will be going in my store pretty quick. These, again, I'll come back and at least give you an update on whether they were savable or not. Obviously, some of them are savable. Stop. Even if I just wind up with 2 of the round beads. Possibly 2 of each one. But I'm going to do my best to save them. So I still have another embossing powder haul. And I'll be back to show that. So I will holler at y'all later. Bye now.